Basically what's happening in Poland is that a group of farmers based in Zachodnio-Pomorskie, West Poland, have been on the street now for the last 6 weeks, blockading an agency which is responsible for the sale of land to outside businesses, and it's government land. Now the point is that Polish farmers have expectation that they can use this land. They're already tenants on this land. They want to go on being able to farm this land. But the government is taking the opportunity to hike the price of the land up so high that the farmers can't afford to buy it. They are then in turn offering it to multinational corporations who are eager to move in and utilize this land to improve their exports, to grow more globalized food, if you like, to make higher profits. And the farmers are protesting and saying, we don't want to let this land go out of Polish hands, we want to maintain it as Polish land. The secondary element in this is that this land is going to be used to grow genetically modified food on. In order to comply with the European regulation, Poland has to have special designated areas to grow GMO. And the government of Poland, which claimed it had banned genetically modified foods, is actually opening the door to multinational corporations to grow genetically modified food on the very land which will be sold to multinational corporations. Basically what we're doing here is we're protesting in solidarity with the Polish farmers. I'm the president of the International Coalition to Protect the Polish Countryside, and my partner Jadwiga Łopata is the vice president. We're both together organizing this demonstration in solidarity with Polish farmers. I live and work a lot of the time in Poland. I'm familiar with the situation there. Poland has an incredible potential to grow high quality, good food and sell it to local people who need good quality food. Poland's being taken over by places like Tesco at the moment, and the quality of the food is increasingly getting worse and worse. More and more people are getting sick. So what we're basically doing is standing in solidarity with the farmers, because we know that if it stays in Polish hands and it's properly farmed, there's a chance in the future that it'll still be possible to eat decent food. If it's taken over by multinational corporations, grown genetically modified crops, our health is going to suffer. The health of our children and grandchildren is going to suffer, and suffer a lot, because we know from the latest research from Professor Seralini in France, who fed rodents genetically modified animal feed for 2 years, they suffered appalling problems, health problems. They got tumors, kidney lesions, liver lesions. They became infertile after 1 year, and they died after 1.5 years. Now, anyone who understands what that means knows that the implications for human health are huge, and they've been completely covered up. Basically what people can do is they can show support by making contact with ICPPC, the International Coalition to Protect the Polish Countryside. We'll have a link on the film to show how people can make contact with us. We will pass on any letters, any comments they want to say, we will pass them on to the Polish government, with whom we have constant connection at the moment.
Od wielu tygodni w Polsce rolnicy protestują w obronie ziemi, w obronie dobrej jakości żywności. Te informacje bardzo słabo są przekazywane w Polsce. Najwięcej protestów jest w zachodniopomorskim, ale dołączyli do nich rolnicy z Pomorskiego, z okolic Poznania, z Wielkopolski, z Dolnego Śląska. W Małopolsce były pikiety popierające, więc jest coraz więcej, głośniejszy ten głos. I jesteśmy tutaj, żeby poprzeć rolników polskich, którzy protestują właśnie w obronie ziemi, domagają się zakazu sprzedaży ziemi do rąk wielkich korporacji, domagają się ustawowego zakazu upraw genetycznie modyfikowanych i domagają się prawa do sprzedaży swoich własnych produktów lokalnie. U nas przepisy są takie skomplikowane, że praktycznie rolnik nie może nic sprzedać, wszystko jest nielegalne. Więc jak gdyby jest to celowo zrobione po to, żeby uniemożliwić im sprzedaż, bo są ogromną konkurencją. Mamy 1,5 miliona dobrych rolników wciąż i może są to małe gospodarstwa w wielu wypadkach, ale masa żywności, jaką mogą wyprodukować, jakość tej żywności jest bardzo dobra. W związku z tym jest to konkurencja dla tych wielkich przedsiębiorstw i korporacji. No i lobują mocno te przedsiębiorstwa, te korporacje i przepisy są takie, jakie są dobre właśnie dla nich, a nie dla polskich rolników. Tak, oczywiście mamy w Polsce Smithfield, który ma 16 gospodarstw, przejął te gospodarstwa po wielkich spółdzielczych gospodarstwach. No i sposób, w jaki tam produkuje się to mięso, chowa się te świnie, to po prostu jest masakryczny. Dla Polaków, dla polskich rolników to jest niewyobrażalne, żeby tak można było traktować zwierzęta. Mamy też duńskie korporacje, które osiedliły się w Polsce, ponieważ w Danii są przepisy, które im zabraniają takiego sposobu hodowli, no to przenieśli się do Polski i w ten sposób niszczą naszą ziemię i stanowią wielką konkurencję dla polskich rolników. No i oczywiście te korporacje idą ręka w rękę z korporacjami, które produkują genetycznie modyfikowane nasiona, ponieważ główną paszą dla tych świń jest pasza genetycznie modyfikowana. Zresztą korporacje po prostu wspierają się nawzajem. No przede wszystkim wyrazić swoje głośne nie dla genetycznie modyfikowanych upraw, nie dla uzależnienia się od korporacji, ponieważ jasne jest, że kto ma żywność w swoich rękach, kto ma nasiona w swoich rękach, to ma wszystko, ma władzę po prostu nad nami wszystkimi. A korporacje w tej chwili, 10 korporacji ma w swoich rękach ponad 75% nasion, więc niewiele nam zostało. No i oczywiście jest taka akcja promowana teraz przez protestujących rolników zakupem traktorem na zakupy. To jest właśnie w celu podniesienia świadomości polskiego społeczeństwa i właśnie popierajmy tych rolników także poprzez bezpośrednie zakupy w ich gospodarstwach, bo w ten sposób omijamy wszystkich pośredników. Możemy kupić wspaniałą żywność po cenie bardzo dobrej i wszyscy wtedy skorzystamy, więc popierajmy rolników i nawiążmy z powrotem ten kontakt, żywny kontakt miasto-wieś. Rząd przede wszystkim powinien wysłuchać rolników, wysłuchać polskiego społeczeństwa. 75% polskiego społeczeństwa mówi wyraźnie, że nie chce genetycznie modyfikowanych upraw na polach, nie chce genetycznie modyfikowanej żywności. Rolnicy domagają się dostępu do ziemi, to jest nasza polska ziemia, więc tak jak wszystkie inne kraje powinny być duże obostrzenia w zakupie ziemi. Nie jesteśmy przeciwko temu, żeby obcokrajowcy kupowali i osiedlili się u nas, ale no niech to będzie uczciwa gra, niech to będą ludzie, którzy zostaną na lata z nami i będą częścią Polski. A jeśli sprzedaje się ziemię tylko i wyłącznie w ręce korporacji po to, żeby oni mogli tą ziemię zniszczyć i uprawiać genetycznie modyfikowane rośliny, no to oczywiście mówimy nie. I rząd wyraźnie powinien to uregulować i nie pozwolić na to. No i następna kwestia to już jest kwestia od lat. Rolnicy domagają się przepisów takich, żeby mogli sprzedawać swoją dobrą żywność, którą wyprodukują w swoich gospodarstwach, którą przetworzą w swoich gospodarstwach, która jest bardzo poszukiwana i chętnie kupowana przez polskich konsumentów.
Okay, we're down here and we're in Pangbourne now, which is the local market town to my farm. And the point, we are standing in front of a shop which sells all local, fresh, and in this particular case, organic food. And that is the whole point in the end. No, we don't want a continuation of globalized food retailing. We know the globalized food market is completely dominated by multinational corporations, people like Tesco and people like Cargill and organizations that sell genetically modified seeds like Monsanto. And it's taking food totally out of the hands of ordinary people and actually taking total control over the food chain by corporations, and I think I might have said before, who are in cahoots, usually with government. So the point we're making coming to Pangbourne and standing in front of Garland's farm shop is to say that the future lies in local food for local people. That message is a global message because thousands of small farms, millions of small farms have been doing this for centuries. It's only in the last 30 or 40 years that we've been taken over by this globalization movement, which is only interested in profit and power, and has totally destroyed the nutritional value of food, the quality of food, the flavor of food. In fact, most people now are getting sick from eating that type of food. We have to come back to the logical conclusion: buy fresh, buy local, buy good quality, and reorganize the food chain so that people understand where their food's coming from, can meet the farmers, and we have finally a proper dialogue rather than this very great distance which separates town and country today. So that's why we're down here at the moment with the tractors. We're causing a bit of a kerfuffle in the local village, but I think most people are enjoying it.
Can I give you a flyer? We're just supporting local markets in solidarity with Polish farmers who are having their land taken away. Would you like one too? No problem. We're here to support Polish farmers who've been blockading towns across Poland for more than 5 weeks now. And I particularly am here because I've seen the Polish countryside. It's incredibly beautiful. And they've preserved a lot of what I feel we've lost in the UK. Small farms, hedges, biodiversity, local markets, which have been all but lost here to the big supermarkets. So their land's being taken away by multinational corporations in league with the EU and the Polish government. And I want to express solidarity with them and make sure that their countryside doesn't get ruined like ours.
To jest bardzo ważne, żebyśmy my, Polacy, wiedzieli o tym, żeby wiele tysięcy Polaków, którzy mieszkają w tym kraju, żeby byli świadomi tego, co my posiadamy w Polsce, ponieważ wszyscy chcemy wracać do Polski, jeśli nie na stałe, to na pewno na wakacje i na pewno chcemy tam jeść i wszyscy pamiętamy, jaką mamy wspaniałe polskie jedzenie, czyste ekologicznie, może nawet tego nie uświadamiamy sobie, co mamy. I to jest ważne, żeby ludzie o tym mówili, żeby wracali ze świadomością, jakie bogactwo mamy w domu. Najważniejsza jest świadomość. Jeśli jesteśmy świadomi, żyjemy według tej świadomości, czyli tutaj kupujemy ekologiczne jedzenie. Możemy nawet uprawiać drobne, ekologiczne uprawy na własnym parapecie i możemy chodzić na farmers market tu. Wtedy nasze zdrowie się polepszy. Jeśli nasze zdrowie jest lepsze, zawsze mamy więcej energii. Jest najważniejsze, żeby ludzie byli świadomi i ziarnko do ziarnka zbierali, żeby żyli z własnym przykładem, żeby zaczęli od siebie, żeby się zainteresowali, czym jest genetycznie modyfikowana żywność, jak bardzo jest szkodliwa i jak dobrze jest mieć naturalne jedzenie. Dla mnie jest to niesamowite, że ktoś w obcym kraju może wspierać kogoś w innym kraju. To mówi samo za siebie. Jak ważne jest, jak wszyscy jesteśmy połączeni, jesteśmy jednością. Jeżeli ja jestem świadoma, że coś się dzieje w Iraku, ja wysyłam tam swoje dobre myśli i wspieram ich. Jeśli mogę ich poprzeć, bardzo dobrze. Julian właśnie to robi swoim życiem, napisał książkę i cały czas aktywnie się udziela. Jest to dla mnie jak ojciec.
In terms of supporting the Polish farmers, I think is to be informed, to actually be interested, become aware of these issues. I think that's one thing. Certainly we can also show our solidarity by thinking locally, buying local produce, supporting organic farming, also supporting any kind of farming where the welfare of the livestock is taken seriously.
Hello again. Thought you might like to see what's going on here. Look, the banana's okay, you know, but it's fair trade. And I do believe in the fact that we should keep up some relationships with other countries in these sort of products like oranges and bananas and things. But obviously we ought to be eating fruit and vegetables which can grow in England, and why not even more local than just England? So what we're really doing is supporting that element. Quite a lot of this produce is coming from my own farm. We have a box scheme run by Ian Tolhurst and his family from the market garden. And then we have beef production and sheep production. And we have honey production coming on stream soon. And we also have allotments now where people can grow their own food. And this is another incredibly important issue. People need the experience of getting their hands in the soil. People need to feel they're related with nature, related with the earth. So all that really points towards more cooperation. Cooperatives would be a very nice way of doing it. Working together with people in a non-exploitive spirit, not just for profit, but because it's necessary and it's good work and it's creative even.
In a shop like this, we support independent producers of things, and very particularly organic as much as we possibly can, although we do have organic, natural products as well. And we support them because it has such a profound effect upon the biodiversity, which has such a huge effect upon how our planet is functioning. So this is why, you know, we go to the efforts that we do here, because it's hard work. Because keeping independent shops alive is very hard. It depends upon people locally shopping. We're in competition with supermarkets now who feel that they can take on organic and these sorts of things, but they just do that as a sop, you know, really, to try and get people into the shops, I suppose.
Okay, now, this is a very significant issue that we have to, in England actually this is as important as it is anywhere else, because in England at the moment the government is extremely pro-GMO. The government minister at this very moment is strongly promoting the fact that Britain should grow genetically modified food, the UK indeed. They believe that it's the science that we need, they believe it can feed the world, they believe this is the technology of the future. It's been disproved over and over again, but somehow the government still insists that it's necessary. So I think what we need to do as farmers is actually just put up a sign like this, saying, we don't believe in that, sorry. This is a GMO-free zone. People want GMO-free food. We want to market food to people who want real food. That's what we're going to do. We just have to take control of our destinies, because the people in power aren't interested. They're not interested in us. They're only interested in staying in power, being close to corporations, making a lot of money. They've forgotten the people completely. So now the people have to take over and do their own thing. So we're trying to launch a movement in England to put GMO-free signs up on all the farm gates of people who are supporting real food, selling locally, and even farmers who are selling into the global marketplace, who understand the importance of real food and not contrived food which has been genetically modified, and that's affecting our gut. The latest research is now showing that we're genetically modifying our own stomachs by eating this food. It's absolutely horrific. That's what we're doing, and I hope many more people will join in. So this is a letter for the attention of Mr. Witold Sobkow, Ambassador of the Republic of Poland, the Embassy of the Republic of Poland in Portland Place, London. We, Polish citizens living temporarily in the United Kingdom, who hope to return to our country and to find work in the rural economy, protest our extreme concern at the current proposed sell-off of Polish farmland to foreign multinational corporations. Land which will then become available for planting GM crops in special designated areas. As you will be aware, there are farmers' protests taking place at this very time against the privatization and exploitation of the Polish countryside, and it is now becoming a national issue. We are supported in our action by UK citizens who visit Poland regularly and who particularly treasure its rural beauty and fine traditional foods. Together, we demand that you intervene in this matter and put pressure on the Polish government to recognise the validity of the farmers' case and to take action to ensure that their demands listed here are heeded. Stop the selling off of Polish farmland to foreign multinational corporations. Ban by law the planting and trading of GM crops on Polish soils. remove onerous regulations that inhibit and prohibit the sale of made-on-the-farm produce in local shops. As the representative of Poles residing in the UK, we also ask you to meet with us to discuss our concerns as a matter of urgency. Proper pens with real ink. So next stop is the Polish Embassy in London, gang.
Right.
Yep. It's Portland Place, 47 Portland Place.
next to the BBC actually.
Is it? I was just thinking it must be.
Very good one.